The Foreign Minister of Iran, Abbas Araghchi, described the operation by the United States as a brutal military aggression and claimed that the only thing that exploded on Sunday is the diplomacy of the United States. During an address from Istanbul in Turkey, Araghchi reminded that Tehran has insisted several times on the alternative of dialogue. Now, after the aggression, no one can demand that it resumes that path. In this context, the Iranian foreign minister, who announced his intention to travel to Moscow to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin, questioned how much space may be left for a concerted exit and confirmed that compliance with the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty has not served to protect Iran. Moreover, Araghchi held the U.S. government responsible for the consequence of its actions, including Iran's legitimate response to the latest aggressions.
Including the Islamic Republic of Iran's right to... The world must not forget that it was the United States which, in the midst of a process to forge a diplomatic outcome, betrayed diplomacy by supporting the genocidal Israeli regime's launch of an illegal war of aggression on the Iranian nation. Not content with such malign actions, the United States itself has now also opted for a dangerous military operation and aggression against the people of Iran. In doing so, the U.S. administration holds sole and full responsibility for the consequences of its actions, including the Islamic Republic of Iran's right to self-defense under the principles of the United Charter.
And both congressional Democrats and Republicans condemned the U.S. attack on Iran's nuclear bases, emphasizing that it is unconstitutional. Following President Trump's confirmation of the bombing against Iran, Republican and Democrat congressmen condemned the U.S. attack and denounced the decision, arguing that it should have passed Congress. According to U.S. law, Congress has the power to declare war on a country. Thus, the attack on Iranian facilities is considered an act of war against Iran, which was directly an unjustifiable attack by Israel a week ago.
With one answering present, the bill is passed.
And in this context, let's listen to what Bernie Sanders had to say about attacks which he called unconstitutional.
This is a statement from Donald Trump, quote, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran," etc. I agree. And I want to tell you something. Not only is this news that I've just heard, the second alarming that all of you have just heard, but it is so grossly unconstitutional. All of you know that the only entity that can take this country to war is the U.S. Congress. The President does not have the right.
And the Yemeni movement Ansarullah announced the end of its agreement with the United States, accompanied by a warning of an imminent military response. Although no specific details have been provided as to the exact nature of the agreement or the imminence of military action, this statement suggests a possible escalation in tension between the two sides. This announcement comes against a backdrop of recent U.S. attacks on nuclear facilities in Iran, which could further escalate the situation. For his part, the group's military spokesman, Jaya Sari, stated that Ansarullah warned the United States that if it joins Israel in a campaign against Iran, its military forces will attack U.S. ships and warships in the Red Sea. In an official statement from the Saudi Arabia Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the country condemns the unjustified aggression by the U.S. government on the Islamic Republic of Iran. The communique condemns and denounces the violation of the sovereignty of the Islamic Republic of Iran and expresses the need to make every effort to exercise restraint. Furthermore, a call was made to the international community to redouble its efforts in these extremely sensitive circumstances to reach a political solution that would guarantee the end of the crisis in the Middle East. And on the wake of the attacks by the United States to Iran's three main nuclear facilities, the government of Venezuela issued an official statement condemning the aggression and demanded the immediate cessation of hostilities. The statement categorically condemns the strikes carried out at the request of the State of Israel against nuclear facilities in the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan complexes. It reads, "This attack constitutes an illegal, unjustifiable, and extremely dangerous act of aggression that flagrantly violates the United Nations Charter, international law, and the most basic principles of respect for the sovereignty of states." Moreover, it refers to the global environmental threat posed by any attack on a nuclear facility, hence to international peace. The statement wraps up by reaffirming Venezuela's solidarity with the Iranian people and Venezuela's commitment to peace, sovereignty, and the defense of international law as the only path to coexistence amongst nations. And the President of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, categorically condemned the U.S. attack on Iran. Through his Telegram account, the South American head of state called for world peace and international solidarity with the Iranian people. In his message, Maduro stated, "I strongly and categorically condemn the vile attack perpetrated by the United States against the Islamic Republic of Iran. This criminal action violates the norms of international law and the Charter of the United Nations, endangering life and peace." In addition, the Venezuelan president emphasized, "Peace is what humanity wants, and from Venezuela we advocate for a world of respect, equality, and dialogue without violence or war. I express my absolute solidarity with the noble Iranian people, their government, and those around the world who fight for sovereignty and peace. No more wars."